What's up, legends? Espresso with Eric. Good morning, guys. You see, most people underestimate the time required, the effort, and the sacrifice that it takes to get from A to Z to have their dream goal accomplished. In most cases, and in many cases, this is why most people quit. So I want to tell you guys a story, a funny story of when I worked at LA Fitness as a PTC, which is the sales department of personal training. So you sell fitness packages, okay? And we were told to do what's called floor pooling. And floor pooling is what cold DMing is to the digital marketing world, to online fitness coaches going out and DMing people. So floor pooling is when you go up to people inside the gym, you have a conversation. That conversation leads to a conversion, which would be, a sales presentation of where you do a free workout, and that free workout hopefully leads to a new sale. And that's how you generated new sales at LA Fitness, either that or new members coming down to sit with you for their free consultation where you give them a workout, sign them up. And so I was doing my floor pooling. It was week one of starting my job at LA Fitness. And this is gonna perfectly tie into what I mentioned of understanding that most people way underestimate the time it takes and the actual reps it takes to become successful. And you'll see how when we bundle it up together. So anyways, week one, I'm walking around the gym looking fucking jacked. Okay, I was shredded at that time, so anybody would want to sign up with EA Fitness, which was definitely, helped me grow my business faster. So anyways, this is prior to COVID. I'm walking around and I see this girl. She's about 50 pounds overweight, fucking doing the elliptical, sweat dripping down her face, only 5 minutes in. And, I kept seeing her there the whole first week in there. And I'm like, man, this girl needs to do some strength training. So I'm like, I'm gonna do my first floor pull since he told me to do that. Went up to her, I'm like, hey, how's your cardio going? And she immediately said, get the fuck away from me, asshole. I swear to God, just like that. She said, all you LA Fitness people always approach me here and you know what? I'm gonna report you to your manager and get you fired like the last guy. So I said, whoa, all right. So I guess that this doesn't work, right? And so I'm like, fuck, man. First week in the job, I'm already gonna get fired. Already pissed somebody's wife off. And then later on, she actually approached me and she said, and I know you were gonna hit on me too. And I was like, what? Anyways, so her boyfriend actually ended up approaching me like a week later too, when I was cold calling. And he's like, yeah, you approached my wife and you're an asshole. I was like, thanks. And so anyways, I sat back down at my desk. I'm like, fuck, this doesn't work. I suck. I'm definitely never going to be the PTD or build a career here. I called the VP of sales, which was basically the guy training us, and did like the morning meetings and stuff. And he's like, I'm like, dude, this doesn't work, bro. The first lady wanted to kill me. She said she's going to report me. And he said, well, great. He said, I want more people to report you because that shows that you're actually speaking to people and doing your job. That's what you're supposed to be doing. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, I don't give a fuck if she reports you. That's your job. As long as you don't say anything disrespectful. I was like, cool, perfect. And he's like, and I'm like, but still, this is not gonna work. I mean, the first person I spoke to, basically told me to fuck off. And he's like, how many people did you speak to total today? It's 3:00. And I said, just one. And he said, well, by 3:00, we've already spoken to about 50 fucking people. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, out of 50 people, you should be able to get 5 sets is what they call it. 3 of them will actually show up. 2 of them will, fucking tell you to fuck off. And then you should be able to close 1. And I said, huh. I was like, that's a lot of fucking people, man. I don't know if I'm built for this. So anyways, he said, well, let me ask you something. Is that sacrifice worth you getting a job? Is it, do you want to get that PTD position? Do you want to get paid 5-10 grand per month? Do you want to get paid what your PTD is getting paid and take that position and really, grow into the company? I said, yeah. He said, well, that's what it's required then. He said, are you willing to do it? I said, I'll fucking do it, man. And once I said that, since I'm a man of my word, I do what I commit to. I like we said in yesterday's episode, I'm gonna do what I actually fucking say I'm gonna do. Next day, I went ahead and talked to 50 people. Got 3 people to sit down with me on a free workout. And the one didn't close. And so again, I'm like, fuck, this doesn't work. So that day I sat down with my PTD and she's like, well, you just suck at closing. We just got to get you better at closing. I was like, no shit. So we practiced and we practiced and we practiced. Next day I did it again. Still didn't close the one person that showed up, or the one person that we had a consultation with. Then the next day I did it again, and I finally closed. And I was like, huh. So they've got this stuff down to a fucking science. And, you know, I thought that the first person that I spoke to was just gonna magically sign up with me because I got these fucking guns and abs like a legend. And in that moment, I realized, wow, I've been way underestimating the required of effort it actually takes to go from A to Z. You know, but I was like, but this stuff works. I just have to actually do the volume. And so I did it again, and did it again, and did it again, and did it again. And over time, I started generating sales like a monster. I got better at sales because I sucked at sales at first. You're not gonna be great at everything when you first begin. And it's also gonna take a lot more reps to get better at the thing that you wanna do. And so the moral of the story is, most people underestimate the time, the effort, the sacrifice required to go from A to Z to be successful in that thing they wanna do. And the first sign of adversity or the first sign of rejection that they get, they typically end up quitting, right? And it's the same thing with your business. You post a piece of content, only 2 people like it, so you're like, fuck this, nobody likes me. I'm not built for social media. I don't have abs for it. I'm not good with technology or whatever the fucking excuse is. That's bullshit. When reality is you just got to do more. You got to get past that rejection and learn from the feedback, right? It might be the second piece of content, it might be the third piece of content. Reality is probably not going to be till the 3,000th piece of content where you get to where you want to be, right? It's not going to be till the, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 DM conversations where you're actually good at sales. It's not going to be till the 1,000 conversations you have on the phone until you're able to close 40% of the people that you speak with, right? And when you go in with those type of expectations, you start to it really starts to put things in a different perspective and just understand the reality of what it takes to be successful. And I'm giving you guys really extreme, examples. I mean, for example, when I first started my online fitness business, the first month I made 10K, which is faster than 99% of people. Most people don't move that fast. But I also had the reps of being an in-person trainer. I also had the reps of, being rejected many, many times as an in-person trainer, as a PTC at LA Fitness, which that job sucked, by the way. But the benefits were that I got through that rejection and that fear of rejection, and I got through the reps to get better at what I need to be better at with online fitness coaching. And so again, moral of the story, guys, is understand it takes time to build skills. It takes time to get from A to Z. And too many people quit, at the first sign of adversity, at the first challenge, at the first 50 DMs, oh, this doesn't work. And guys, this is nailed down to a science. If you do the reps, right? If you hit your quotas, if you hit your KPIs, whether it's in-person sales, online sales, you're going to generate sales, period, even if you suck, right? Because the third day in of me hitting those 50 people up, speaking to 50 people at the gym, I was able to close a sale. At that point, it was just about repeating the same exact process. It wasn't about doing anything new. It was just about getting better at the reps I was doing and consistently doing it every day. And then I finally got that PTD position because I earned it, because I went through that rejection resilience, right? And it's the same thing with building your business, right? This really hit me because when I started first learning online fitness coaching, it made sense. He's like, 50 DMs a day, content every day. This is gonna get X amount of people interested. This is gonna get X amount of people on the phone. This is gonna get you X amount of closes. And it puts things into perspective, those KPIs. And when you hit those KPIs, you will achieve your goal. But in many cases, people expect, oh, I'm just gonna DM one person and they're gonna magically sign up to me. And if they don't, and then when they don't, I should say, they just quit. Hey, Eric, this stuff doesn't work, man. I messaged 50 people, got one person on the phone, didn't close. This stuff doesn't work. No, man, you just got to keep doing it repetitively, over and over again, and you're going to get better at those messages. That 50 conversations you start, it's going to turn into 2 sales calls. It's going to start turning into 3 sales calls because your actual skill within is going to get better and better and better. And it's just a shame when people can't face this adversity and have the courage to push through to actually see, the desired result. And so I want you to understand, man, it takes a lot more than you probably anticipated to get from A to Z, and that's okay, right? It took me 6 years, guys, to get my dream goal of 100K a month. Now my goal is, now we've exceeded that and hit 200K, but now my goal is $1 million per month. And, I really expected to get there in 2024, but I also realized it's probably going to take longer than that. And in most cases, most of my goals take a lot longer than what I wanted them to take. And I'm just giving you guys real, raw transparency. But if you want to expedite that you need to learn from someone that's done what you want to do so you can hone in on those skills required to get from A to Z, okay? And no matter what, the point is, again, just like yesterday, is the consistency, the dedication, you committing to your word, not quitting no matter what, right? Don't quit because the first 50 DMs didn't work. Don't quit because those first 50 reps at the gym didn't build that big bicep muscle. Don't quit because, you know, the first 50 session free fitness sessions you did at the gym didn't get you a new client. You have to keep going no matter what and commit to your word, to the career that you said you wanted to build, to the dream that you said you wanted to build. You have to just keep going no matter what. Right? No holds bar, motherfuckers. We gotta keep going. And so, I mean, some ways that just help me out is, number one is always having your why in mind, right? Like, why am I actually wanting to do this? And it's because I want to exit the life that I'm not happy with. Number two is your environment, right? Eliminating things out of your environment that are controlling or just influencing your behaviors to be negative loser behaviors, right? Because a loser quits at the first sign of adversity. The loser quits at the first sign of rejection. A winner keeps going no matter what. So setting up your environment for that success to enable you to do the things every single day is a game changer, right? And that's why I'm continually always investing into systemizing my life, into, you know, things that encourage me and influence me to actually want to hop on camera like this, right? Such as getting a bigger and better place encourages me want to push more content out. As a result, me making more money and producing more content and getting more attention. So hopefully that makes sense. So just systemizing your environment and your life for success, eliminating the things and cutting off the things that are causing you to not do the things where you or that are required to where you want to be. That could be people, that can be places, that can be things, that can be, you know, just the best example I can give you is a fat person having Hostess cakes in the fucking fridge. You're relying on willpower. You know, the first thing you should do is just cut off those fucking Twinkies so you're not always constantly eating those Twinkies at nighttime, right? It's probably going to, you know, increase the likelihood of you actually succeeding, okay? And number three is delayed gratification, right? Knowing, you know, going into the thing that this might take longer than I want it to be, it might even move faster, but no matter what, I'm going to actually do it. Shit, man. Number four is investing in yourself, man. Putting something at stake. When you invest in yourself, guys, you're putting something at stake. You're putting your own money in stake. You know, when you pay, you fucking play, right? When you pay your fucking attention. When you don't pay, you don't take things as serious. You know, whenever I see myself lacking off, I'm like, fuck, Eric, it's time to actually get another coach to put some money in this thing, put something on the line. Because whenever I put something on the line, I'm like, fuck, I got to make that money back and more. You know what I mean? I don't want to lose that money. So when you put something at stake, you know, it puts you all in the motherfucking game. So, and that could be more things than money. It could be, you know, why do you see so many losers out there who you know, were a loser before they have a kid, then they have a kid, they're all of a sudden, you know, successful, they're going to the gym, they're building this business, they're having this career, you know, it's because they actually have something at stake, which is their kid, and they have a responsibility to actually attend to, right? And so it's the same thing when you invest in yourself. Not only are you actually, you know, acquiring skills from someone that's done what you want to do, but you're also putting your own money at stake. You're putting your money where your mouth is, right? You're actually going to commit to playing the game, which is more important than anything, is playing the game every single day, right? And what they say is new levels breeds new monsters to beat, right? So it's never ending, guys. Every new step and level that you take creates a new monster that you got to beat. And that's another thing that I'm learning, man. As I'm growing my business, there's new monsters that we're battling every single day. And so I just wanted to put that message out for you guys. You know, keep tuning into Espresso with Eric. That's what I've called it, because there's already coffee with, you know, this person in the morning, coffee with this person. So we got Espresso with Eric in the morning, and I want to produce just more content that gives you guys more value, more real, raw, transparent stuff that's not edited, no fancy stuff. Me just really giving you guys a real, raw deal, man, because I want to see you guys succeed. And my mission is to, you know, enable more people every single day to getting into entrepreneurship with courage, with the resilience, with the tenacity to actually, you know, see this thing through. So make sure you guys subscribe, tune in, check in for the next video. And if you guys are liking these type of videos, let me know in the comments below, and so I can keep putting them out there. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.